Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Converse. I am your host, Max Stern, and unlike my last name, I am not serious at all. We are joined here by...
Wow, is that a joke? I'm sorry, that was really funny. Keep going.
Okay, wow, yeah, I feel like I really got a comedic effect there.
I'm sorry.
Just because you're going to mention last.
Okay.
I'm here with Nolan Zeltzer.
Hello.
I'm here with Melanie.
Did you forget my name?
Duffney, yeah, Melanie Duffney, there you go.
What'd you put my name in?
Maddie West.
Oh, okay.
There we go, yes, okay.
Madison Westenheiser.
We all got it here, don't worry. We're really prepared. We spent like 5 minutes setting this up.
Hey,
not really.
I'm fully prepared.
Yeah, you're really prepared. I'm like...
You're really prepared.
I'm prepared. He's prepared. Melanie, you're not prepared.
Unprepared.
At all. You are completely
Just like
unprepared.
Matt.
I lied. I didn't watch any of it, even the one where I watched with you.
Okay, so Noam is kicked out.
No,
Out of
I
the
didn't
knowing
watch it.
committee.
I watched everything.
Okay, so
Okay, good.
to give you a brief overview of what happened, on September 25th, 2018, a YouTuber with 18 million subscribers known as Shane Dawson uploaded a video called The Mind of Jake Paul, where he essentially went into depth about Jake Paul's behavior.
How stupid
but
he
it's
is.
like
Sorry.
there's gonna be 8 videos as of recording. There are 6 videos out, right?
Yes.
Five.
New one just came out yesterday.
Yes.
5.
Dude, that was the new one.
The new one I
didn't
liked.
mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we
40
have.
minutes long.
So there's all
They're
the
all
the videos. First
Actually,
one.
Okay, the first video is starting to go into it. Like he hasn't really known him that much. He got like the
The first one he meets up with a
posted-
therapist.
Yeah, but no, that's the second, because he posted it on Twitter that he wanted to do like a documentary on Jake Paul, and he was
Yes.
talking about how Jake Paul like got into it. Like,
Yeah, and he was like completely okay with it, and he was like, "I really want to do this."
of
Yeah.
course, I'm sorry, but I feel like Shane Dawson also kind of just like overemphasizes everything that he talks about.
Yes, I feel the same.
Yeah,
So
it's just stupid.
he meets up
I
with
love
a
Shane. But,
Yeah,
like,
everyone loves Shane. He's a good guy.
oh, he
But-
is.
He's
We
funny.
have-
I like his stuff.
Yeah.
I've
So-
never heard of him. That I did.
Everyone's heard of Shane Dawson.
No. I just really liked him when he was doing his milkshake videos, like all the time.
Yes.
I full on watched those.
Oh.
I supported him. I'm sorry, keep going.
Okay, yes. So there's the first one is, or in the first video he meets up with
I can
the
literally pull it
therapist.
up.
Yeah, the first video he meets up with the therapist with sociopathic tendencies, right?
Name of
No,
therapist?
he doesn't.
No,
he
he-
doesn't.
no,
Oh,
first
he talks on Skype
The
with that
first
dude.
video he talks about on
The
Skype about
conspiracy
everything.
guy.
Yes. And the second video, that's when he meets up with a therapist.
Shane Dawson meets up with the
And
therapist.
they talk about sociopathic tendencies and how Jake might have sociopathic tendencies. Third one was they meet up with...
Well, he didn't tell her who he was talking about.
Yes.
He didn't tell her until the very end.
Get off your phone, Melanie. We're in a serious conversation here.
Okay, go.
In the third one, they met up with they looked at his entire family.
Yeah.
And in the fourth one...
Oh my god, I can't wait to dive in deep with that.
I know.
I mean...
The fourth one
Sorry.
was about it was just they met up with Nick Crompton, or Jake Paul's manager.
Yes, Nick Crompton.
Nick Crompton, yeah.
in my city.
So yeah, we got that, and then the fifth video, which he uploaded like yesterday, was he
Sixth
met up
video.
with Jake Paul.
Right?
Finally, it's been a week.
I thought that was stupid too.
It was, yeah,
No, like if you're talking about Jake Paul, why would you bring him up
like a
5 days, like after 5 episodes in? Like,
yeah.
That's
And
still like
I-
halfway through all the ones he's planning to make, though.
Well, I don't know. Like,
I thought it was good because he went through the background first, and then he
So,
actually
yeah,
introduced
so if you
the
didn't know
character.
anything,
It's
you
like
watched it.
introducing a character in a show. You talk about them, and then like boom, they come in.
well,
they make the
I
first
get
impression.
that, but why in the middle? Why couldn't it be at the end? Because I feel like that should have been a big thing too. Was he
Because
should
there's
have done
also
more
a lot of
research.
things to talk about. He wants to keep it at a minimum
Well,
of
but-
45
What's it called?
minutes.
What's it called? He made the 8-part series. He's done 4 before it that were all like research based, and then at the end of the 4th one, he talked about how he was gonna talk to the girlfriend. Finally, she sent him a voicemail saying like she wanted to do some to do stuff.
Okay.
Maybe we should take a minute to just take
5
it all
minutes.
out.
5 minutes. No. No. I'm just gonna notepad and write down every time we curse so I can cut it out.
Yeah.
So we have 5 minutes. Around 5 minutes is when it all goes downhill. Yeah, okay.
What's it called? So he was talking to the girlfriend. So like, why didn't he bring her like during the 5th episode? Like,
Yeah.
Why wasn't he talking to her during the 5th episode? Why did he bring Jake Paul? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like it was either he should have done it at the beginning or at the end. He should not have done it in the middle. There's like no point.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing with the girlfriend, how there was this whole like big thing that blew up all over the internet where FaZe Banks, who is another YouTuber, apparently assaulted his manager.
Yeah.
And there's that whole thing, which he's
That
probably
was iffy though.
yeah we had
Like what's it called? On top of that, they also like apologized for assuming too. Like at the end
Yeah.
of it, like Jake posted another like apology video after that. So like
they can't like
they can't make an assumption that large and then
Yeah.
just go back on.
and they can't also just say like it was all fake, we didn't do it, because then that brings in like that's essentially saying you're guilty. That's calling it quits, and they can't do that because then they're gonna get sued.
Definitely.
So
I'm surprised he press charges? No, he was going to.
he was going to.
But then they sent the apology and then he went away from it. Okay.
And it was this whole thing that then eventually just like faded out into nothingness.
Yeah.
The microphone can hear that as well.
I'm sorry. I am
That's okay.
opening up a melon ball candy, right?
Yes.
Cut.
Okay.
6 minutes.
Christ. Okay.
Yeah, wait, okay, yeah.
So let's break this down person by person. So let's let's start with Shane Dawson. We all know a lot
Johnson.
about Shane. We all know a lot about Shane Dawson. Okay, he's been on the site for years. He's been through a lot of stuff. Everyone likes him.
It's
He's
a
a
lot
good
of
guy.
controversy in
Yeah.
the past.
Well, he had a lot of issues. You've heard about TanaCon.
Yeah. TanaCon was a
Yeah.
humongous failure.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but like, and then on top of that, like all of his followers didn't care that like it happened because they wanted to see him. Like they all wanted to see him or something, but they knew it wasn't his fault. But like they were flipping out over TanaCon.
I mean, yeah,
Tana.
you can't really blame Shane Dawson when the
Well, he, like,
name of the event.
That's the thing. Like he did come to the event, and they were saying like the reason why he was so upset about it was because he was like, I was in full support. I was putting everything into it. Blah blah blah. Like that's why he was so upset about it.
Yeah, but you can't blame him when the name of the event is TanaCon. Yeah, that's not how it works.
And again, I feel like Shane is overblowing a story that shouldn't really be overblown.
he did do a big series on TanaCon.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. I think it was like 3 or 4 episodes.
3 episodes, I think.
3 episodes.
What he did in those episodes is he kind of put Tana into this pedestal. Like at the last episode, he talks to Tana, and she says like that it was terribly organized, and after all that, she cries, and he puts sad music over her, and it makes it look like she's a good girl.
Yeah, and that's the same
She's
thing
his
with.
friend.
That's what the whole controversy too is with Shane, is that everybody's saying you're gonna make Jake Paul look into it like a good guy and all that stuff, and already seeing this. The 5th episode, what was it? The World of Jake Paul. Like watching that 5th, or is this the 6th?
5th.
It's the 5th. After watching the 5th episode, I was like, I get it.
You're
like, he's
I mean,
already
stop
talking about.
He
He was already talking about how like. Stop! No.
Stop picking it up.
He was already talking about how he's like actually kind of a really nice guy, all this kind of stuff. He's just really fun, like, and he even said like I want to hang out here more often. So like it was just kind of like I get it. You're already starting to glorify him, and that's another thing. Like it's supposed to be sociopathic tendencies, but yet like already going through the list during episode 5 and showing that like none of it is true, other than the fact that he's a risk taker. Like everybody's a freaking risk taker.
I know. If you clarify someone being a risk taker as being a sociopath, that's a really far step.
I know, and then driving again, I was watching PewDiePie's review video on it.
I watched that
It's
too.
it's Hollywood and Motorhead, really. That's what it is.
Yeah, and like again, driving fast is not like, oh, I'm a sociopath. Like, like, oh, I cut my hair really dangerously. Like, I'm so cool. Like,
oh my god.
it's just, again, it's just not.
Yeah, that's not sociopathic tendencies.
And then, I'm sorry, but the therapist that he brings in,
Yeah.
she seems like she knows nothing. Like, she's reading them all from these books, like, and again, PewDiePie was discussing, like, it's literally on the front cover.
The fact about the 1 in 4 people are psychopaths?
1 in 25.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, that was big and bad quote. But it was from the cover of the book, and when PewDiePie went into it, didn't he say that, like, that was not in the actual book? Like, they only talked about it on the cover?
It was
honestly,
a catch to get attention
yeah, it was
to the book.
yeah, exactly. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's a pretty big jump to make.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that said that anyway.
That episode 2 was so stupid.
It was.
They were so
You're left-handed.
over-dramatic.
You're a sociopath.
Yeah.
Do you not feel emotions sometimes? I don't feel emotions sometimes. Oh my god.
So,
I'm a sociopath.
Yeah, no, and then the fact that they went near a bar and were like, there's like 100 people in there, 4 of them are sociopaths. Like, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it's so stupid.
They over-dramatified being a sociopath, and he's still apologizing for it.
Yeah. No, and throughout his videos, he has to put, like, those little, like, disclaimers saying, like, the content that I'm using is not really
all the
what
clips
I'm
of
saying.
YouTubers.
And I'm not diagnosing Jake. You're diagnosing.
You are. You brought in a therapist with a book about being a sociopath.
I know, and you're not even telling him that you're bringing the therapist into his house.
It's not the therapist. It's a producer. They're here to direct everything.
I mean, again, Jake Paul also kind of signed up for this too. Like he's literally going, do whatever you want. Like,
yeah, he gave him like full permission to do whatever.
Full
he wants.
permission, like everything.
Now, after talking about how bad that episode was with this therapist, I do want to say that Shane does. I do want to give him some credit because he does edit his videos in real time, so he has a lot of pressure on him. And when he gets feedback on the episode of like, oh, you're being super dramatic, he makes the next episode less dramatic. He edits in less scary sound effects and less like creepy guys with masks.
What is it? Is it Shane Dawson editing?
He's editing in real time.
Wow.
That's why it takes.
I didn't know that.
I
didn't know that either.
Yeah, I thought he sent it off to an editor or something.
I thought so too.
Okay.
It's really good.
No, he's editing.
Yeah, the editing's really good.
Again, if you're a frequent watcher of Shane Dawson, like, this is no surprise. Like, the scariness too. Like,
he loves putting scariness in his videos. His conspiracy theories he's known for.
Oh yeah, I was watching one the other night, and it was like about he got like a voicemail saying like something about the plane that went missing.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. I watched that. Like, again, he makes it super creepy, but like if you get rid of that, it's just like a normal story. So I get it what he's doing. Like, he has his audience that he's trying to sell this to.
Because his audience loves that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
I love that kind of stuff, Maddie.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, it's like I understand he's trying to make content. Making contact with the UFOs.
With the dead.
Birds, the spirits, some of them.
There's a spook in here.
I sense a spookiness in this room.
Stop. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna moving on.
Either way, yeah, I do give him his editing is really good.
It is.
I think it's very professional.
Yeah, from a person who edits videos a lot, I can say like that's really good editing.
Well, and then on top of that, like, I feel like it's such a different style too. Like, it's like vlog documentary, like a vlog documentary, and I love the zoom in, zoom out part. Like, that's so.
It's
cool.
what like people today want. They want kind of like a vlog, kind of casual. Like, I want the facts, but I also want it to be like something I can watch all the time. Where I don't have to sit down for a long time, even though the videos are pretty long.
Very.
Yeah. But like, it's
you
something
like
that
listen
you
to the background while like exercising or like biking or doing whatever. Yeah.
You don't have to watch it to like enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, the 5th episode, you kind of wanted to watch it, though.
Yeah, the 5th
that was definitely, like, a bring-in.
That was, yeah.
Sorry, I was about to say about...
We all know what you're gonna
The freaking bus was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And, okay, can we talk about Jake's dad?
Sure. They're gonna talk about it in the next episode, which has not been released yet, but sure.
Dude.
Oh.
Yeah,
Jake's dad is so scary.
Let's just...
like, child
Okay,
scary.
but I'm not sure we will mention that, but screw it.
Can we not say that?
I'm not sure.
I think we can say that. That's
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about the parenting problem because he does. Let's talk about how he trains him to be a winner and everything.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
that is.
Not Alright, let's skip that. Okay, so
I like kissing girls.
what happens? Shane finds out that by talking to Jake. What, did he talk to Jake? I think Logan. No, he talked to Logan.
Yeah, he talked to Logan.
He found out that their dad, Greg Paul, is actually trained them from childhood to be a winner, and he put them up in competitions every time. So that kind of mentality can kind of cause problems.
A little bit, kind of. That kind of is an understatement. It's
Problems
gonna cause
being
problems.
their channels.
Well, yeah, I mean, his brother, their competitiveness has now like affected Jake actually so much that like his girlfriend is like with him.
Yeah,
like,
Logan.
like
yeah, that's
that
crazy.
kind of stuff. Like you can't just like, and this is your brother, and you're doing this to him. Like, you know, like, you gotta know
And
your
it's for a
morals.
YouTube roast, like, honestly.
Yeah, it was. There's so much drama in between them.
But think about it. I don't think that's sociopathic tendencies. Like,
Could you imagine them at, like, Thanksgiving together?
Oh.
Like,
oh yeah, I got your. You want to pass me the
turkey?
The turkey. How about mashed potatoes?
their whole family's like, not again.
Oh, come on. We get it. You're dating his
Every
girlfriend.
time.
I bet I could get the bigger part of the wishbone.
Nope, I already got it.
Oh my god. Dear.
Either way, I just don't think. I think yes, competition. Like, it's definitely the Paul brothers like huge thing. I don't think that's sociopathic tendencies. I think they're just genuinely bad people to one another.
Yeah, it's not social. I mean, they were born to be competitive. They were made competitive. And the whole reason they became popular on the internet is because of a competition between them.
Exactly.
So,
like, even in Vines and stuff, like, early times.
They were always trying to best each other.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
if you create a career based on competitiveness, you're going to keep that competitiveness until you make it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I
but
actually think
they
that
already made it. They're making it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I actually think that Logan isn't that bad of a guy. I feel like these things. No, the
Let's
thing
start
with.
a debate, no.
Okay, let me speak. Okay, don't
Spit your
take away my
fire. Spit your
freedom.
fire. I'm here.
I'm saying that the thing with Jake's ex, it was kind of a bad move. I don't know how to say it. PC. It was a move.
Can't say that either, no.
This is all.
Stop saying it! Stop it!
This is supposed to be a PG podcast.
And this is PG.
No, it's not! Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Oh.
So, it's this case of, I feel like some of us can relate to this, where brothers fight and one of the brothers just takes it a little too far.
My brother.
And then the mother has to come in,
Oh my
slap some sense into them.
No.
Dear God.
Oh my lord.
No,
That was
not
more than
that kind
sense.
of.
That was a concussion.
Okay, wait. Why was that thing? Why was Shane so worried about the mother?
Because
Like-
I'm trying to think.
In that one episode, he was talking about how
She was way too connected to Logan, and she made videos about
Well, yeah, I
Logan
got-
being sexy.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's.
I
no,
forgot
no,
about
no.
that.
We're-
Okay,
That was
that's
just
really
society weird.
And that's another thing. Jake Paul has to go through like all this stuff with his parents always just being like Logan is the better one. Like
Yeah.
they even say it like in some of their videos. Like it's messed up. And again, I'm not saying that makes his like actions like okay because he's got a messed up like family life.
He's trying to make himself look better because no one else is.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like and Shane is doing that for him too. Like he's making him look better by explaining, oh, he's doing this because his parents are like this. But no, it's genuinely, again, you do unto others as you want done unto you. So if you're gonna be a complete jerk and do stupid things to other people, like you're just gonna get that back. Like, you can't just be like, oh, but you can't do it to me because my family has issues, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think that Shane was defending Jake Paul there, because the video was the family of Jake Paul. So I think he was diving into
the family and where his
and
origins
he
came
even
from.
said, I don't want to talk about the family in any sort of case, because that would be a bad topic to bring up to Jake Paul, because he might not be comfortable talking about it, and it's not even related.
I guess. I think it's pretty
something
related.
Yeah.
Because it's his whole upbringing. Like,
Yeah, that's
how he is today. Like, is his family.
That's how he rose to fame.
Rose to you too, Dad.
Oh, no.
I still don't understand why he became so popular.
It's because of Vine.
It
No,
was.
the
but,
little
like-
kids liking big flashy things.
Yes. It was just luck of the draw, really, that they became popular, and then it just became competitiveness against each other, and Jake boosting Logan and Logan boosting Jake up until now, where they're still boosting each other up.
Well, the thing about it is just, like, watching these videos, too, I've just been noticing, like, you know, that whole thing where, like, sociopathic tendencies is, like, people going fast, people doing risk-taking, I was looking it up. It was also just, like, you have no feelings, you use people to, like, make
Get your
you
own
more
advantage,
powerful and stuff like that. But isn't it weird that we're all doing this for him? Like we're all watching his videos, and that's all it's about. So doesn't that make us kind of, you know, involved with that?
Yeah.
I was, like, just diving deep into it because, like, I am fully, like, absorbed in this. But yet, is that, like, a good thing?
I mean,
Shane.
kinda. For
I
Shane,
mean, yeah, definitely. But think about it. If he's talking about how, like, he's using people for his gain, like, that's a sociopathic tendency,
That's all
right?
YouTubers at the same time.
Exactly.
Any
And
fame's good fame, as it's always said.
so, don't we all have that kind of tendency then? So, it's just like with me, like, I feel like I like to be, like, on top too, but
Yeah.
I don't have. I'm not a sociopath. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
just
Are you
certain
sure?
things.
Who's Shane?
Come on, let's think about it.
Everybody has. Not everybody has feelings, but like, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like Jake is not a sociopath, and I feel like this was too broad of a topic for Shane to bring up. Like,
Yeah.
he could have put it as, like, this is Jake, he's crazy. Like,
He was doing a lot of miniseries before, and then I think he thought that he had enough experience with these, like, mini documentaries, he could make a big one. But he didn't have, like, a big topic to go off of, so he found something that he could make bigger.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
didn't need to be made any bigger.
exactly. I think so. And with the other video, like, how many documentaries? He had 2 other ones.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it. Like, and sure, the one about who was it? Jeffrey.
He had one on
Jeffree
Jeffree
Star.
Star. I watched
Jeffree
the
Star.
one.
Yeah, like, that one was good. Like,
It was good. I like that one.
yeah, like, that one, it wasn't too crazy. It was just learning about who he was.
Yeah.
And this, I feel like we're learning about him, but now we're diagnosing him and, like,
Yeah.
Figuring out exactly what he is, who he is.
and already I feel like that's mean to Jake. If that's
Nobody asked to be put on, like, to put under this microscope, to be like,
But he did. He
Jake
said,
did,
well,
yeah.
Jake goes, I want to be, I
Really?
want it. Because
Yeah.
he
Wow.
thought that it would
Any
open
fame
some...
is good fame.
he wanted people... He
Turned
think,
out as in his favor, though.
no,
Because
it's...
these videos are bringing him up
Not really.
to the light.
It's bringing him up again, but again, he's constantly getting brought up, especially with what happened with his father recently.
Wait, what happened?
Do you not know what happened with his father?
we're getting back into this.
Oh.
What happened?
So,
That's not
the-
so recent.
not recently. The whole scandal thing with his father, where he got hacked. You know
I
that, right?
don't.
He got hacked.
Oh, no, okay, so-
Off record.
No, this
Wait,
is...
why is this
17?
This is going on the microphone still. We're gonna keep
Yeah,
this in.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I wanna hear
what
it.
happened was Jake Paul's father got hacked,
Okay.
and I think it was Instagram, AOL, and something else.
Google.
Google.
Okay, well, yeah.
And so the hackers were going through, and they found really, like, pedophilic stuff. So they
Not
found
surprised.
they
Sorry.
found
Skip right.
I'm trying to see it. I'm going to see if you can get what I'm saying without actually saying. There was an explicit tape that was found
Okay.
that...
Tape.
Pornography.
We're trying not to say that!
Sorry.
But thank you! Yes, so there was an explicit tape that was released, and apparently there were, like, more. And then there were a bunch of pictures, but the whole thing was, it's him and a really young girl, and they don't know, like, if she's 18 or she's
Was
over
it the
18 or
girl
18.
that he kissed? Like.
Oh, we have
no
clue.
that
It's
was
not.
a fan. It wasn't her.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
Oh, that's even
It's a
worse.
fan.
It was a
Yeah.
fan. Oh,
In the
God.
tape, it wasn't the fan. In the video that Jake or
Oh, that
Jake or
wasn't
Logan?
a fan?
That was a fan that Jake or Logan
Ah! Why would you do that? You forced your father to kiss one of your fans.
did. Yeah, that was really weird. That was honestly really weird.
Okay, can we? Oh my God.
Okay, but so they released the pictures and the videos,
I watched the video.
and there was.
I was curious.
There's other. I don't.
No, God, that clickbait though.
I left your room for 5 seconds. I came back and you were watching it. I wish I didn't see anything. He saw it all. It's just that's all I'm gonna say for the record.
Tape.
I did do research. I'm not going that in depth though. Back off. But apparently he was talking to like his Jake and Logan Paul's audience and was like, "Yo, if you want, we can fly you out to LA." And no one knows if it's like him being a nice guy or if he's just trying to bring in, like, he was trying to be Predator.
Yeah.
Girls.
Goilies.
Goyles. Girls.
What's it called?
So that was the whole thing. And people are like super like, we've had all these like feelings like, oh my God, he's super weird. And now they're like confirmed and everyone's like, oh dear God.
Yeah. Well, again, I just feel like nothing can justify what Jake does.
What about Logan?
I can't even. No, like both of them. The both of them. I just
Just
can't.
both really like very.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what
Jake
your
has
family.
these reoccurring bits of mistakes and stuff that he does bad.
Logan
and
drops
Logan
bombshells.
Yeah.
Yeah, Logan.
Big
just,
ones.
Oh
Logan
my
was
God.
okay for a while, and then he.
Here,
Yeah.
Literally-
Yeah.
Oh my God.
that was a bombshell.
and he went to Japan.
That was, and
For-
that was worldwide. People
That was
knew
yeah.
about that.
People like around the world. I mean, you went to a foreign country and you filmed a dead body in the middle of the woods.
And
You were
laughed at
going
it.
to-
You were
Yeah.
literally laughing
It was
at
apparently like I didn't see the video. I
I
don't want
watched
to
the
look.
video.
You did?
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, I looked it up. I had to watch it.
I was trying to. I was like, maybe I should look at it. Maybe I shouldn't. And I decided.
Well,
not to.
I watched the clip that they showed on the news
Oh.
I've
because
seen a lot
I
of
didn't
clips
want to
of it.
I didn't want to give him credit. Like I didn't want to show a view
Yeah.
on his.
I didn't.
It was
I
taken
watched
down.
it.
Yeah, he took it
Yeah, I
down.
was just gonna
Of
say
course he
the
took it
first,
down.
but like when it was up though.
It
He didn't get a
was
strike.
really-
He
you can
took
find
it down.
Yeah, he did. He took it down himself. He didn't get a strike for it. YouTube was like, "Ah, it's okay," and they put it on trending.
I know.
That's
that was crazy.
And can we talk about trending videos? That
Oh.
does
That's
not
horrible.
make
I
sense.
hate
Trending
that.
is
No,
really bad.
People can have so many views on something and still not be on trending. Like they just put specific people on trending.
Yeah, it's handpicked.
It doesn't matter.
Jake
what
and
your
Logan, I
interests
think,
are.
automatically have something in their account where, like,
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
put in their account where they automatically have a higher chance of getting recommended than, let's say.
And do they definitely pay for that, or is it just because they're
No,
so
it's just
popular?
because
Like,
Susan
it's promotion.
is a Loganger.
I think it's promotion because the more promotion they get, the more YouTube gets. So I think it was the Tonight Show definitely gets it. SNL sometime I think. I'm not
GMM
sure.
usually does
I
good.
would-
GMM, yeah.
I can support
Jake
their
Paul,
channel.
Logan Paul, a lot of the bad comedians on YouTube somehow make it, but
Wow.
they make it, and we're not even gonna go into that.
Jake Paul has 17 million subscribers.
17 million? I thought he had more.
Really? No, how many does PewDiePie have?
60, like over
65.
66.
Isn't
66.
that okay? Think about it. Why does Jake Paul have 17 and PewDiePie has
Because
like?
PewDiePie's controversial.
PewDiePie
And I mean, like,
started.
Jake Paul
But
and Logan
he
Paul
does.
is too.
He does stuff like Logan, like that whole thing with like or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah. When that happened, he said as a joke.
Of course, it,
Yeah.
like yeah, it was a joke.
It's a bad joke.
It was a
It was a
bad
horrible
joke,
joke.
but like
Very tasteless.
it's literally
No, I'm saying very tasteless while eating a pretzel. Such class, man. Such class.
I was trying to be sneaky. I'm not. Do this.
I don't know why. I don't know
But
why.
you called me out.
Are you Jewish? I don't know why.
I am.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was funny. That's why I was laughing.
Very tasteless.
Oh.
But that's just like, I mean, I'm not gonna say that like the Suicide Forest thing is exactly the same as that, but I'm saying like both of them had big controversy.
PewDiePie
but
handled it much better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they both handled it the same way. I feel like they both apologized.
But PewDiePie is still
but-
apologizing for it, like, today.
Yeah, and then
Like-
there was also the N-word thing, which he said on
Yeah.
stream. Which
That
Wow,
was,
really?
he's
Yeah.
he's
I didn't know
something-
about that.
He said the N-word on stream, and people are like, oh
Personally,
dear.
Yeah.
I think
That's more of a
PewDiePie is
meme.
great. I think he's
I
a
like
great
his
guy.
stuff.
Yeah, I like his stuff as well.
He's finding himself.
Yeah, he's learning, like, not to be more careful, I guess you could say. And, like, he's much more, I don't know how to say, like, much more...
But you could compare him to Logan Paul. Like, you could. Like, again, you could even compare him to Jake Paul, and yet, like, it's so weird, the difference, like, how much this person is getting compared. And I'm wondering if it's just because so many people hate him that it's, like...
I think it's more content-wise, because PewDiePie has created his whole thing where it's going onto the internet and looking at the internet in depth.
Yeah.
And Jake's is, here's my everyday life.
This
Not
is what
really-
you don't have.
This
Like,
is
yeah,
what-
I could
yeah.
get... Yeah, he
It's like
has
a
more
vice
people
gun,
hating
more
him.
flexing.
Oh my god, don't even... that thing, okay.
Where-
The video 5, where they take a video of the roof and how he's got, like, that 6-pack and a gun, like, in his hand.
Oh.
That was so weird. With the angel wings, too.
Dear God.
No, it's just... He's got such a big ego.
He does.
But so do all YouTubers.
A lot
too.
of YouTubers just... You're right, yeah, a lot of YouTubers have a massive ego, which is why one
But
of the...
that's not sociopathic tendencies.
It's not. When one of the biggest piece of advice I heard from a YouTuber was never check your analytics, because you're always just going to be, like, sad that you can't do better, and it's not going to be, like, it's just going to hurt your ego.
And that's what Jake was saying, too.
Yeah.
It's like, he just wants to be... The growth thing he was talking about, how he was like, every video I get better and, like, stronger.
Better, stronger.
While we're on the topic, there was this moment of YouTube where Rice come.
He has a clip on his arm, like a...
Wow, you keep calling me out.
Yeah.
You know what?
That is...
Oh, wow! You're gonna throw
This
that
is
thing?
not on
That's a
topic.
bunch-
This is
I'm gonna
so
throw
far
a chair
off
at you.
topic.
Come at me.
Oh my god, calm
Oh
down.
my god.
So there was this phase in YouTube where Jake Paul and Rice Gum, another YouTuber, had
Did beef.
they had some beef. So
Wait,
they
really?
talked to each other, saying, "I get more money than you," and Jake Paul said, "I know I get more money than you." So that's kind of the ego.
That's so
thing.
stupid.
So
It's
sad.
ego and ego. You can't really, like, what are you gonna do with ego and ego?
Like, okay, so what? You make more money than each other. It doesn't matter. You guys make money. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Make
so
more-
many other things that you can
so
Ego
much
and
more
ego
money
makes
than
an ego
everybody
sandwich.
else.
Yeah, like, we get it. You make $6 million off of one. Oh, frick.
Ah!
I'm sorry.
33 minutes. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Boo!
Sorry.
Let's continue.
Get off the
there's
coast.
No. And we're back, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, Noam, that was so uncalled for you to use the N-word. Like, I have no clue why you said it. That was just really
Yeah,
uncalled
what
for.
the hell, man?
Oh my god, wait, I was super confused because I was like, wait, what?
Okay.
I thought that actually happened. I think we should talk about, like, each video individually.
Yes.
That's
Because we've
gonna
kind
take
of
a
just
while.
We touch on each one, but
Yeah,
nothing
we've-
like too in
yeah.
depth.
Like, wait, I have...
You have notes.
No.
You have
Turn the
video.
volume of your computer off.
No, I'm having...
He's having a good time.
Oh my god. I love Shane and his boyfriend.
He's so cute. Oh my god.
I know.
I've been wanting to do some type of video about the idea that YouTubers have to have some kind of personality disorder.
Oh,
Okay,
actually,
see, that's different.
That's different,
Yeah.
and I actually want to talk about that because not a lot of YouTubers. If you don't know this, a lot of YouTubers have two different personalities. They're online, they're offline. Offline is what you see sometimes during like fan meetups and just like if they're on the street and at home and with family and everywhere else. Like right now I'm like offline, or like my offline personality is my online personality as well. I don't care. I won't say a curse word there. The online personality is someone like Jake Paul. Like off camera he's not super energetic, but on camera he's like freaking out, bouncing off the walls and all this stuff. And that's with a lot of YouTubers. All YouTubers get a lot of energy. Like, again, look at PewDiePie. You think that in his videos he's the same on and off camera. That he's always, like, doing all these, like, personalities and different things. That's not how it is. So, it's kind of hard to say, like, this YouTuber's a sociopath from his videos without getting, like, an actual in-person evaluation with him. Because you can look at a lot of YouTubers and you're like, wow, sociopath, 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 sociopath.
And that's why Shane is going to Jake's house.
I think
meet with him.
Like that would have been such a different video. Like if he focused only on all YouTubers, like I feel like I would have been really into that. Like he could have dove deep on like internet personalities and all that kind of stuff. Like he didn't have to shoot out one person. And I feel like just because he did other videos where he was talking about TanaCon or he was talking about Jeffree Star, like he shoots out one person.
Yeah.
It could be different. Like if he actually wants something that like it to stick, like I feel like he did think that this Jake Paul thing would be huge, and it is. Like but I'm saying like if he actually wants to make a name for himself for like doing something like controversial or changing, like he should do something like that.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have said like he's a sociopath. Let's talk about his sociopath. Like,
you need to say the word. You could say like he has like a problem, like mentally, like if he's like.
Yeah, like why did he have to make one word? Like, and
it's his hypothesis.
He took one word, stuck it to a board, and then branched out from that.
Yeah. And I mean, he does that with all of his like conspiracy theories and stuff. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like a sociopath is just such a
big word. It's a strong word.
It's just like a broad, like, I don't know, like.
It's very like taboo in a way. Like it's very hard to like pin on someone because you don't 100% know, and it's like hard to classify.
Yeah, I mean, even Shane has issues with trying to explain. Like, half the time, I don't even think he actually knows what a sociopath is. Like,
I think he's going off what the therapist says.
I know, and that therapist is stupid. I feel like I don't consider
Don't trust people with degrees.
Wait, she has an internet degree, right, or something?
No, she has a real degree.
Oh, it was like food therapy and like eating disorders and stuff.
Mm.
She talks about that. She goes, "This is not my." Wait, that's in the. Is it this episode?
No, that's.
Wait, no.
Tres, I think.
So it's in the third. Yeah.
Yes, it's in the third.
So, talking with her. Where is it? It's always like, maybe the beginning.
Well, now we're welcome to the waiting game.
But I feel like if he took on more than one person in this documentary, that would have put a lot of stress on him. Because a lot of people would be pissed.
A lot of people would just target him. Because if you go 1-on-1, it's an even fight. But if you go 1-on-20, then you're setting yourself up to get destroyed.
Because you don't know how they're going to react. Like, one person could be totally fine with it, but someone else could be, like, extremely offended.
Yeah, so, like, if Shane Dawson made a video on PewDiePie, he'd probably be like, okay. But if Shane Dawson made a video about, like, let's say, like, Rice Gum would just shoot out 3 diss tracks and call it quits. But, yeah, every person has a different, like, kind of way of talking about it.
And it's more about the fans. They also go after...
Yeah,
they go after Shane, too. Like, Jake Paul's fan are trying to defend him in some way, so that's also contributing.
Yeah, every single all the fan groups together are gonna target one person if you go after them. Yeah, so like the way Shane Dawson is actually doing really well by talking about Jake Paul. He's talking about him and like giving him criticism without stirring up the hornet's nest. Yeah. So it's not like a lot of the videos where it's like, Jake Paul, he's a horrible person, he's all this. Yeah. Shane Dawson is like, we actually, like, he's not too bad. He's not
He's
a horrible
more
person.
factual than like,
Yes.
Yeah,
dragging.
that's what I like too, was that like even Jake is not like fighting him on certain things that he's saying, you know, like there's no like, oh, I heard Shane said this stuff about me in the documentary, well that's all a lot, like, but Logan did kind of start saying, like, that's when he did shoot out and say, like, it's called sociopathic tendencies, and those who are sociopath are savage, like, you know, like that stuff. Like, that was so funny.
What's funny is that Logan actually defended himself in that video and not his brother.
He didn't even go for him, and he's defending himself.
That's true.
So
Like, his
Flash-
brother is under fire
He's on
by
peak-
this huge YouTuber, and he's like, savage.
No, yeah. Yeah, he was so worried that his name got brought up in the video that he was like, oh yeah, well, if Jake's not gonna fight, I am. Like,
He's having PTSD from the side forest.
oh yeah,
God.
definitely.
That's what it is. He's like flashbacks. Like, okay, I got to defend myself. My name's been brought up.
I wish you the best with the final product.
Oh, dear God.
Honestly.
There's like it's already 44 minutes of recording, so I'm gonna go through and
I pray for you.
maybe in like an hour, maybe 2 hours of work.
Wow.
Are we really gonna talk about each episode? I
Uh,
don't feel like we have time.
we have as much time as we want.
Actually, no.
We can go on
I
for 5
do
hours?
have
We-
to go
Where?
home at some point.
Oh.
Like, yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Brave being really like engaging in risk-taking behavior. And they tend to be, this was interesting, they tend to be the ones that like, they tell us like, oh, you always follow the rules.
I say that all the time. like,
Come on,
wait,
just have a good time. Like, you're so
convincing. You're
That
so
is like
uptight.
everybody.
Everybody.
That's like a salesman. A salesman's convincing, but they're not
No.
sociopaths.
You know, and also, just think about it. In this video, Jake even tells you he's 21 years old. Like, he's still like, he's like a kid, you know? Like,
He's figuring out his
this
place
is
in the
literally
world.
a kid. Like,
My brothers are they're very similar age right now. I'm not exactly sure how old Jake Paul is, but like they're very similar
21.
age.
Oh.
Brothers are 21, 22.
Mhm.
I love how I know my brother's age. But like my brothers are, with all respect to my brothers, they're very
no, I said
dumb.
Jake Paul is.
I know, but I'm saying my brothers are like the same age and they act dumb all the
Yeah.
time.
No, and
Yeah.
you know, like
This is not
if you're gonna have like a bunch of kids and give them a crap ton of money, then they're gonna do stupid stuff
They're-
with it.
they're-
Censorship.
Hey.
But like, just think about it. Like, I'm sorry, all the stuff he does, I would love to do that.
It looks so fun.
It
It
looks
does.
so fun. Like, I would do that. That's not me being like,
If I
I'm a
had the resources, it'd be
sociopath.
great.
Yeah, he gets to be a kid almost every single day
Every
and gets
day.
paid.
That's a curse word.
That's a curse. We're censoring that.
I love how he said that's every day, bro. Like in
I
the
know.
video, that was really
No
funny.
sisters allowed.
James Charles is quaking.
Dear. So, dear.
But yeah, like he's a kid. Like that's
He's
not.
still finding his place in the world. You
Yeah.
can't scrutinize him. Or
If
you
you
can
went
still
to a-
scrutinize him, but just...
I think okay. It's one thing to do something bad to somebody else. It's another thing to be a kid.
If you went to a college frat party or a college frat right now,
Mm-hmm.
there would be the guys in frats are so dumb, and they're always like
It's a frat. What do you think?
exactly like these boys, guys, whatever you want to say.
Team 10's a frat.
Exactly. Like, if you compared them to, like, any average college guy, you would not see, like, many differences. Like, college people don't have the money or resources for these kind of things, but if they did, it would be the same thing.
Yeah. All of them are like $500,000 in debt, but if they
Yeah.
were not, let's say, they probably would.
Okay, I just thought about this.
Okay.
English. In English, I am reading Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And it's about the guy that has an alternate, like, personality because he, like, takes, like, a drink. I haven't gotten that far in the book. Anyway, from what I know of it is that it's, like, what he would be like if, like, all censorship was gone. So, and he becomes, like, this murderer. So, think about it. Jake Paul is literally what every kid would be like if they had that kind of money.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody would be like this, but they're not because they don't have the resources like Jake does.
Yeah.
So we see this as, again, like Mel said, like taboo. Like what he does is just not normal, but it's literally what every kid wishes that they could be doing. And
Yeah.
that's why his fan base is
It's
so...
very young,
Yeah.
He also kind of towards them a lot, but
Yeah.
besides that, a lot of his fan base is going to be younger kids because... what are you going to say?
Towards Rephrase that, please.
I didn't understand that
Like,
either.
he goes towards, like, his art,
yeah,
his thing is
so, yeah,
targeted
yeah.
towards...
Targeted
Yeah, his content's,
towards-
like, pointed
Yeah.
towards... Yeah,
I understood it. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm it up.
And we're back.
And he like goes for not in a like way, goes for little kids. Not like his dad. he
Like father, like
so his son. You gotta be kidding me. And we're back again.
Okay.
Alright, back to topic.
And we're back.
Yes.
And
We were talking
so
about a good point. Like, again, it's not sociopath. It's a guy that wants views from kids that he has.
And he's getting them, so he's continuing to do what he does.
And Shane is giving it to him as well through these videos.
yeah, kind of indirectly.
Yeah.
It's
Shane's getting views while giving Jake Paul some views.
yeah,
He's like
because
bouncing off each other.
now they're going, oh, Jake Paul is not like he's getting the people that didn't really like him to start liking him. But then again, that whole thing when he was talking to Nick Crompton was about the two-way street. Is that either we're like displaying Santa Claus isn't real, or we are like saying that it's all real and he's actually this bad person.
Yeah.
So either way, you're gonna affect some group of people. But
I mean,
it's
like, Shane Dawson couldn't have gone in thinking nothing was going to happen from this.
well, of course,
He was-
and Jake couldn't have done that either
I mean, the other thing
because
is,
Jake wanted this.
yeah,
Jake said, God bless you.
God bless you.
Jake Paul's gonna hurt you.
What was that the biggest sneeze I had in like weeks?
It's waiting for this podcast. It was waiting for this podcast.
Holding
Like,
it in.
And we're back. You're not keeping that in.
oh, yeah, I am.
We
Yeah,
practically got it.
yeah. I think we've got almost everything, right?
What else do we need to talk about?
I mean,
Let's talk about Shane.
Shane?
yeah, we do have to talk about Shane.
We
We've
do.
been talking about
We've been bouncing about Jake Paul for a while. I mean,
because Jake Paul's insane. Like,
yeah, Jake Paul's had
I mean,
this,
he's not a sociopath,
yeah,
but
he's had this
he's
humongous
messed up.
yeah, he said
He's
it's
a
humongous.
He's a
psychopath.
kid. No. He's a kid. Okay, can we all say this? Jake Paul is a kid who is getting views, and the only reason why he's doing things like this is because of all the money the other kids have given him.
Agreed. Let's talk about
Agreed.
Shane.
Shane has a different motive for this.
Yeah. But I mean, like, at the same time, do we 100% know his motive? Like, I know he's a good
So-
person. He's not going to try to, like,
So
bring
he's
Jake down.
definitely using this.
Exactly, but, like, at the same time, like, he's not going to try to, like, spread mental awareness about, like, this kind of stuff. He's not going to try and, like, bring light to it. He's just trying to, like...
Make something interesting on the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's honestly what I'm assuming he's hoping for.
When I first heard about it, I was kind of like...
Kicking Noam under the table because he needs to talk more.
When I first heard that Shane was
You're in
doing
my
it,
space.
I kind of thought maybe like he was mostly just doing it so he could get views because Jake Paul is like really big in the media right now. And I get that that's what every YouTuber wants, but it's just like
If Shane Dawson wanted views, he would have done it a year ago.
that's true. So like what is it about now that he's deciding to do this? It
I have
wasn't
an
cuz
idea.
what?
Again, his father got hacked recently, and in the
How
last
recently? When was this?
like a month ago, maybe it was when was it? Like September, April-ish, like late April, early September is when this came.
No, I think it was before summer.
Is it
No, it was
Greg
in the
Paul?
summer.
What
Greg
is-
Paul, yeah, Greg Paul.
When did
He, again, his father's really big because there's all this stuff going on about him. It happened a couple weeks ago. I think September-ish, right? When is...
okay. Paul.
Father Greg Paul.
September.
September 16th.
It's the day before my birthday.
Oh.
Just a comment.
I knew it was the
Happy
17th.
belated
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy belated birthday. Uh-huh. Yeah,
Change
that's a
it
video
just
by
for
a
me.
guy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god, he's British. But
For 30 seconds.
let's think. So again, Greg Paul's completely in the media because of this whole new situation, and so I think he also kind of implied this in the next video, which is Thursday. He was like,
That's Thursday?
it's apparently it's coming out this Thursday. He released a thing. He was talking about it, and he's like,
Actually, delayed it Friday.
he delayed it from Wednesday. He delayed it from Wednesday to Thursday. Really? Really? Okay. Oh.
England is my city.
Okay. This is my city.
Okay, first of all, he knew England wasn't a city!
He said that Jake Paul wrote it for him.
I know, and
Like, he
he's
didn't
still
proofread
saying
it?
it. No, he proofread it. He's still saying it though. Like
The dude's British.
no, and then Jake tried to make up for in the H3H3 podcast.
Oh, yeah, I saw
he was
that.
like, there are a lot of cities named England, and I was like, what are you talking about?
There's
We
a
all
place
know
called Earth,
he is freaking British. So you were like, oh, let's make England in a city because it works. Like
Yeah.
it's so stupid. Like he's literally.
So we aren't gonna scream.
Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. I'll probably lower that down. There's you can live on Earth in Texas. Like there's a state in Texas called Earth.
There's also a
So-
place called
Yeah, there's also a place called. There's a lot of places that are named really weird. There's probably a place called Porcupine. I'm just gonna take a shot.
not be surprised.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird names.
Okay, wait. Sorry. Go back to Shane.
Okay, back
Because
to
I
Shane.
have something to say about Shane too.
Back to Shane.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
You brought it up. You're
Oh.
like, sorry about Shane now.
Okay. Shane is nice and stage fright. Okay.
Throwing him to the spot.
So
I think he's over dramatic.
he
think
was
sometimes he's
over dramatic,
overdramatic.
but that's his style. So I don't think he deserves too much criticism from it. He got enough for it. He changed his way of editing. So I think.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Making loud noises on the microphone gets
Sorry.
a spike when I can
Right.
figure out where it is. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, if you watch Shane Dawson's videos regularly, like I do, for example, like you'll see that he over exaggerates literally everything. Like he'll try to make stuff happen now, and like let's do this now. Like
Is that for his audience, or is that just how he is?
that is the way he is, because his audience is more geared towards like his more serious videos. But if you watch his like haunted like ship ones, and they're a lot
Oh my
more high
God, it's
energy.
haunted.
Well, wait. What's it called? Is that like? Wait, do you guys think that's his like online personality, or is that his offline?
I don't know.
He has a
I
lot
thi-
of them. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I'm
honestly,
guessing
it doesn't
Shane
matter.
has like an online and offline personality where I'm trying to think. No. I can't.
What's he
He's
doing?
trying to open the candy.
Just open it.
Just open it.
You don't have to be that quiet.
He's like trying to hide it from the microphone, and he's like
Oh
coughing.
my god.
And you looked at me.
I looked at you like, what are you doing? Just get it over with. Because what are you doing? Just get it over with.
I can't even remember what you were saying, Max.
Damn it, I can't remember either. Ah!
Talking about his online personality.
Oh yeah, his online,
Then later.
online and offline. I think he does like a lot of people's online personality is completely different from their offline personality. So like someone could Jake Paul could be super hyper, but then not hyper at all off camera. So Shane doesn't seem like that. He seems like a down to earth guy. So I'm not sure if he has two different personalities. It's weird.
Shane, I feel like he has his, well, for his like kind of vlog style videos, he has a very like energetic personality. For his serious videos, he has his whole separate personality, and I have no idea like his like actual like life type thing. Cause like from just watching his videos, I can tell there's two different like modes, I guess you could say, for like his videos.
No, man.
Well,
No one's gonna be silent.
Even Shane's like beginning videos, they were like all sketch based.
Yeah, I like those though.
And yeah, I like them too, but they're not like I get
They're
a lot of his experience, like because of his experience with things, like that's what it all came from, but I feel like what he did was that he wanted to dramatize. He made them so much more dramatic because he wanted the audience to catch a hold.
I was like, no one at the table. He gave me the look of such surprise.
You guys are
I'm
so
sorry.
bad at podcasts.
Oof.
Shane is like in the car. You know when he did that thing where he like stopped the camera.
Yeah.
And or he didn't stop. He told him to stop the camera, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would it be weird if I don't know how to explain it.
It's pretty scummy.
It kind of is.
Andrew was his.
Even though
cameraman.
Jake Paul said, like, do anything, Shane isn't gonna, like, kill his mom.
No, you're not.
And that's a pretty big joke.
Gets like a Twitter DM, do it
Yeah.
now.
Like, I don't
I give
like
you permission.
I don't like that at all. Like, when I heard about that, I was like, why would you do that? Like,
Someone's asking you just to like stop something, stop.
yeah, you can't just keep. And then especially like, you know what? I am glad though. After he was like, okay, you can stop the camera, but he kept rolling it. I was afraid that he was gonna keep doing that, but luckily they cut it, which made me think, what if like he cut it for a reason?
What if, I mean, the other thing is, what if he never stopped the camera, but he just cut out the other parts?
Yeah, exactly. And that makes me think, what if Shane isn't as great of a guy as we think?
Yeah.
I mean, like, we'll never know, like, to be 100% honest, unless he does
Well,
something
no, because it's his
horrible.
content.
I
He's
know,
not
he
going to tell
controls.
you.
He wants to look good
Yeah.
for his audience.
Unlike Logan Paul in the forest, but that's
Oh,
entirely
Logan Paul
different.
wants to look good.
Yeah, but
And he does.
So ask his mom.
Everybody took my joke seriously.
ooh.
Well,
And he
when
does
I heard you sniff, I thought you were talking like cocaine
Yeah.
or something, and I was super confused.
Oh.
But what's it called? Like, what if, or is it just him going, this guy's a bad guy, so I'm gonna have to do the same thing to him to get to know what I want.
I don't know.
It could be all for like, no, I'm doing this because I'm gonna be bad so I can get the bad guys. Like, you know, when you join like,
You join the opposite side to learn their secrets.
yeah, exactly. Like how the FBI gets involved with
Going
secret
undercover.
agents. Like, yeah, you go undercover, you become the bad guy with them. But like, at the same time, we don't want to think Shane is the bad guy in this. He's the host.
Yeah.
It's his channel. He's
It's like
the
hating
nice, funny guy.
It's like hating Jimmy Fallon in like the Tonight Show.
I do hate Jimmy Fallon.
Why do you hate Jimmy Fallon?
I hate him so much.
This is off topic. Let's get back.
Okay, but
Jimmy
like
Fallon can suck.
No.
penis.
What? Oh.
Okay.
Okay, and we're back. No, but again, you gotta cut it down with the N words. Like that's really uncalled for.
Jimmy Fallon is a
No.
You need to clap
You gotta
now.
open your points. Everybody,
Sorry.
clap your hands.
See, we're cool. They're not.
Yeah, we're the cool kids in this entire.
My
podcast.
mom literally just sent "at that park" across the street.
That's good vocabulary.
I don't think that was meant to go to me.
That was
I don't think
alliteration.
so.
Why?
Apta Park.
What I'm thinking, what's it called? I still want to talk about, like,
What else is there to bring up, though?
Yeah, we've tore this down completely.
completely.
We're bare bones basically.
Okay, so then what is their, like, ending thing then? Like,
Well, no, I haven't posted it yet. Sorry,
no, I'm saying,
What do we
like,
think is going to be in the future of this series?
Yeah, like, how do you think it's gonna end?
I think it's going. I'm hoping that Shane's gonna kind of try and end this on a positive note.
He
And
always
not-
does. That's
yeah.
the thing, though. I don't want that. I
don't-
want it to end bad.
I want it to end, actually, not on a positive note. I want it to end on something that it's like you make your own decisions after learning what he's actually like and not listening to the entire like media where he's pointing him out bad.
That's true.
To end it on a note where it's like you make your own decisions, you have your own opinions in this, that would be the best and most ideal way to end this. I think Jake Paul's gonna treat it like this is something that happened, but not go into any depth. I'm hoping that's just gonna be the extent of it. Hopefully this doesn't get like media coverage or anything. Yeah.
Did it inspire you in any way?
Not really, no. What does this inspire me to do? This inspired me to make the podcast. No, I've had the idea for the podcast for a while, but this...
Did Jake Paul inspire you?
He inspired me in the deepest pits of my heart.
Well,
Did Shane Dawson inspire you to accuse someone of being a psychopath?
Yeah.
sociopath.
Not psychopath, sociopath.
What's it
Well,
called?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, the difference between
Psychopathic?
sociopaths and psychopath is that everybody is a sociopath.
Not everyone's a psychopath.
What's it called? I feel like in the end, I don't think Jake Paul is gonna be
Your
real.
feet so far out.
They're not. They're like right in front of my chair. Okay, sorry about that. She's touching my leg. I'm like sitting in my
that's
chair.
really awkward.
That sounded a lot
Okay,
worse.
Awkward.
I don't think Jake is gonna be real. I think
He isn't real. I've never seen him.
I don't.
Yeah, even in the videos, like even in the front of Shane, he seems so fake to me.
I know it's
Like even when he was trying to be like calm and chill, like oh I'm so nervous, like it was like
His entire audience is gonna like erupt and be like, well, he's not real.
well
Like,
no, I guess I get that, but like I just feel like he's just so caught up in everything that he's just kind of that's who he is.
well, could you
Like,
imagine if
he's
he said
just
no
fake.
to the thing though? If they were like, then what are you hiding? If he said no to going like with the documentary.
ooh. That would be weird.
So I feel
Yeah, like he would like reject it.
But can we blame them for being fake? Because they're like on this
if they were being
media
real, that might not
platform
have
Gets you
anything.
views.
where millions of people watch you and everybody wants to be someone else.
Everyone wants to be someone else. Everyone wants to watch something super entertaining. No one wants to go to a Jake Paul vlog where he's like, yeah, I'm washing my laundry, doing some dishes.
Okay, so
Hey, let's boot up the new PewDiePie video.
They were
I'm
putting up-
depressed as hell.
wait, but
I'm gonna
like,
eat some pesto.
but think about it. Okay, so now after saying that, like, why do we still all hate Jake Paul? Because I still hate Jake Paul.
I never
It's
hated
because of the way
him.
he's like teaching kids to act.
It's
He's teaching
yes.
kids it's okay to do what he's doing.
He has
but
an
it's
influence
not.
on kids, and he's misusing it. That's the whole reason a lot of people don't like him.
But we just acknowledged that we would want to be doing what he's doing.
I know, but the thing is that we're not because we need responsibility to show like how we're gonna move forward and like.
Are you
mature.
sure about that, or is it just that we don't have the money that he does? Like, because
I mean-
if I had that money, I'd be doing the same
Yeah,
exact
but you'd get
thing.
tired of it.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
He does different things every single
I know,
day.
but how many things can you do when you have the amount of money before you run out of money?
Or ideas.
But he's not, though. That's the thing. It's the
You don't know.
ideas
He's
that
spending
he
money
makes.
to make way
But then
more.
there's that whole conspiracy theory where they were saying that the people that were from like his the Team 10 house were all being paid for. So like, think about it. They probably have creators and all this kind of stuff making up new stuff every week.
Yeah. And so we're all gonna eventually. Here's my whole hypothesis. Eventually, Jake Paul again. He's either gonna get into some deep water and not gonna be able to get out, or like he's gonna run out of ideas.
Yeah.
But either way, he's gonna
Or he's
eventually.
gonna grow up.
At some point, he's gonna have to. He might admit defeat and just say like, "Listen, I can't do this anymore. There's too much stress on me. There's too much stress. Like I ran out of ideas, all this stuff. I just can't do this anymore." And he's gonna change his content, leave YouTube. He's gonna do something.
Yeah.
So
But
make
at least set
huge
for
change.
life anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly. He's got so much money at
And it's
this
not going to
point.
stop coming in because of how YouTube works.
Yeah, but
Like-
the other thing is with
I
the
don't
size
think
of the
he
house
gets-
he has, there is gonna.
Well,
he can't
yeah,
just
like
live
he
off his
can't
stuff
live.
forever.
He could live modestly if he did the right things. But again, he's such a kid right now that like, and he's learning how to be like this. That it's gonna be hard for him to do that.
It's gonna be hard for him to
But,
go to a normal life.
I
Yeah.
definitely see him like in the future going like, this is too like if he's already talking in episode 5, he was saying like, I haven't had a break in 2 years from YouTube, so I'm taking a month break. Like, sure, what he's doing seems like it's fun all the time, you know, like he's living the life. He's just recording a video and posting it, like he's living his life. But
What people don't
it's-
see is there's the like 5
yeah.
hours behind the scenes of him sitting down, figuring out what to do, getting all the stuff.
Like staying up until like 2 a.m. just trying to figure out content for every single day.
And you don't know if like kids are gonna like it or not is the whole thing, because like most of his fan base is kids, and kids are so unpredictable. Like you don't know if they're gonna like something or hate
And that's
something.
why I agree with Noama, is that like he's just, it's so hard to be real if the whole time your personality is fake. You're literally you post
You're
videos
living a lie.
every day for 2 years of this fake personality that you have. You're gonna turn into that personality. So maybe the character that Jake Paul has created for himself is a sociopath.
Ooh.
Meta.
That's
Dude,
a meta.
isn't that...
Dumb.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
This character that he's made for himself is like a sociopath. Like somebody that wants the wealth, wants it all, doesn't care about other people's feelings. That's why he does all those
Drives
pranks.
fast.
Drives fast, like constantly. And since he's been this character for 2 years, it's like changing him actually and mentally.
It's like Spider-Man Venom. When Spider-Man
Oh
turned
my
into
God.
Venom. Yeah, we're gonna go on to this.
No,
'cause
no, it's fine,
reason.
it's fine.
Yeah, when Spider-Man turned into Venom, he could like completely change.
Yeah,
And
like
it became him. He became like evil. He became dark, edgy. So
If
we don't
you're
need
Cringy.
Tobey Maguire.
again,
Why?
if you are this person for 2 years,
You're gonna want
it's like even hanging out with toxic people. Like it's like you're gonna start turning into the person that you're hanging out with.
It's what people want to see. It's what people
Yeah.
like expect from you, and they're like, "This is good. I want more of this." And then you can't go back on that, or else you'll have no one.
And
Yeah.
think about it, like with those kids, they are literally destroying some of these YouTubers' lives like this.
Yeah.
So who really is in the wrong? Like, is it Jake Paul that's in the wrong, or is it actually the kids that are forcing him to make this awful content?
It's what kids want to see, and what it's
exactly, and can
That's
you
bad.
blame him? Like,
You can't blame him. I mean, he's dug a pit for himself, and so he has to kind of.
and he's
Get himself
trying,
out.
yeah, he's trying to get, and he's trying to do it. And I feel like with Shane's video, this is
That-
also his way of like saying, dude,
Boosting
I'm a
out.
real person under this.
like,
I just haven't been this person in 2 years now.
It might be his like way out,
Yeah.
his attempt to get out anyway.
and the only. I mean, it all comes down to, is he actually gonna take this and go, or is he gonna be stuck with it?
Yeah. And that's completely up to him.
Because if he leaves, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
We're gonna Taco Bell, McDonald's. They pay well.
Yeah, he's not going there.
But a lot of
Probably doing kids like
Jake Paul's
commercials or something.
content generates from greed, because he had this interview where he said like he wants to be the first billionaire, YouTube billionaire.
Yeah.
And that kind of mentality puts
A lot of
everything
stress on
aside except for money.
I feel like we've definitely shown a light on Jake Paul, because now I feel a little bit different about him.
you. Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I hate him as much anymore.
I don't despise him. I don't like him, but I don't despise him.
I
with
don't
every
support
human
him, but I
being.
understand that he's stuck now.
Yes.
And I feel like it's definitely not, I just don't feel like it's actually, like, if you tie it all together, his family was messed up. He started doing this because he loved it, and then all of a sudden, it just became like
He closed in on him.
so, yeah, it became so much, and he didn't expect it to happen. And now he's dug such a big hole that
Yeah.
it's like affecting
He's stuck.
him.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
He's kind of screwed himself, but
Isn't that sad though? Like
It
he,
is.
and he
It's-
was just a kid when he was starting
That
out. So
sound-
like it's not his fault. Like he messed up, and like I
this
don't know.
sounds so much like a fairy tale, where like a guy who he acts like a kid, and his entire life is this glorious masterpiece, but then after, it's kind of like what's it called? The guy with Golden Touch, Midas's Touch,
Oh,
where he loves gold, he loves being rich, and so he gets the thing that he's able to turn anything he touches to gold. But when it goes horribly wrong, or eventually he's like realizes this isn't a wish, this is a curse.
Yeah. Like the
So-
kid I read in
Could've turned his
English.
daughter
I
gold.
read a book about like this guy that loved chocolate so much that everything he touched turned into chocolate, or everything he tasted turned to chocolate.
Oh.
It was really cool.
Didn't Midas's he was like a king and he turned his kids into
He
gold?
accidentally turned his daughter into gold.
That's horrifying.
He touched some things.
He
Turned to gold.
he touched.
Anyway, I'm glad that this was good.
Yeah, this was nice. This was actually a lot
really
more fun.
good.
This is a lot more entertaining than I thought. Yeah, I think that's the end of this podcast.
Definitely.
Stick around for more.
We gotta figure out the next time. We can't record at the last minute. Like this is as far to the last minute as I can go. But yeah, this was fun though. Yeah. Anyways, we're all your hosts here.
I'm Melanie.
Melanie.
I'm Nom.
I'm Pablo. And I'm Tyrone. I'm
And we're-
Maddie.
And I'm Max, and this has been Converse. We hope you join us for the next episode. Goodbye.